Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw Leni from the Loud House. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the top part of the head. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also pause the video to draw at your own pace. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. On the bottom right side of the circle, draw a curved line as a guide for the bottom part of the head. This curved line should be similar to the letter C on its side. Don't place this line too far down below the circle or the head will be too long. Near the bottom of the head shape, draw a curved horizontal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. Close to the right edge of the head, draw a long vertical line for another construction guide. Pay attention to the placement of these lines inside the head. Below the head, draw a long rectangular shape as a guide for the body. First, draw a short horizontal line for the top edge of the guide. Then draw two long vertical lines for the sides of the guide. Close off the shape at the bottom with another horizontal line. The bottom part of this shape should be slightly wider than the top. Draw two short lines that connect the head to the body to create the guide for the neck. On the left side of the body, draw an angled line as a guide for the arm. Bend the bottom of the line so that it's similar to a check mark. On the bottom tip of the line, draw a small circle as a guide for the hand. This circle should slightly overlap the body. Under the body, on the left side, draw a long vertical line as a guide for the first leg. This line should be a bit longer than the length of the body. On the bottom tip of the line, draw an oval as a guide for the foot. To the right, draw another long vertical line as a guide for the other leg. Draw this line slightly shorter than the line for the first leg. At the bottom, draw another oval as a guide for the other foot. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, on top of the horizontal line, lightly sketch two small ovals for the eyes. Draw the eyes on either side of the vertical construction guide. Pay attention to the size of the eyes in relation to the head. Leni has big eyes, so don't draw the ovals too small. The eye on the right should be a bit smaller than the eye on the left because the head is slightly turned. When you get the shape and position of the eyes right, darken the shapes. The right edge of the eye on the right should be outside of the shape of the head. Draw short horizontal lines across the eyes for the eyelids. Curve the lines so that they contour to the shape of the eyes. Under the eyelids, draw small U-shaped lines for the pupils. Place the pupils close to the left edges of the eyes. Shade in the pupils. On the outer edges of the eyes, draw a few short lines for the eyelashes. Make the eyelashes short and thick. Below the eye on the right, draw a short curved line for the nose. This line should be similar to an upside-down letter U. The nose should overlap the bottom edge of the eye. Below the eyes and nose, draw a short curved line for the top part of the mouth. This line should slope down on the right side. Use the construction lines as guides to help you position this line. Under the line, draw a longer curved line for the bottom edge of the open mouth. The overall shape of the mouth should be similar to a capital letter D on its side. Inside the mouth, near the top, draw a curved line for the top row of teeth. Draw a few short lines inside the shape to separate the teeth. Below the teeth, draw a short curved line for the tongue. High above the eyes, draw 2 short curved lines for the eyebrows. Draw the eyebrows on either side of the vertical construction guide. On the left side of the head, draw a curved line for the ear. The shape of this line should be similar to the letter C. Place the ear on the left side of the horizontal construction guide. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the line when you get the shape right. Under the ear, draw a very short curved line for the first part of the earring. Below that, draw an even longer curved line to complete the shape of the earring. The shape of the earring should be similar to a thick crescent moon. Add a few short lines within the shape of the ear to give it more structure. On the top part of the head, lightly sketch 2 ovals for the first part of the sunglasses. Draw the ovals along the top edge of the head. Pay attention to the size of these ovals in relation to the head. The oval on the right should be directly on top of the vertical construction guide. These ovals should be a lot bigger than the eyes. When you get the size and position of the ovals right, darken the lines. On the lower left edge of the shape, draw 2 vertical lines that connect to the ear for the earpiece on the sunglasses. The top part of the earpiece should be wider than the bottom. Don't darken the edge of the oval that connects to the earpiece. Leave a big space between the bottom edges of the ovals and the top edges of the eyes. Don't darken the middle section so that the ovals become one single big shape. Inside the big shape, draw 2 smaller ovals for the lenses. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shapes right. The oval on the right should be slightly smaller than the oval on the left. The top shape of the sunglasses should be similar to the number 8 on its side. Inside each lens, draw 2 diagonal lines for highlights. On top of the eye on the left, draw a long curved line for the first part of the hair. The bottom part of this line should be curved and it should overlap the eye. To the right, draw another long curved line for more of the hair. The bottom part of this line should slightly overlap the eye on the right. The line should curve up and to the left toward the edge of the big initial circle. On top of this line, draw another short curved line to finish the shape of the bangs. Darken the edge of the initial circle for more of the hair. To the right of the ear, draw a couple of curved vertical lines for the inner side of the hair. These lines should be similar to the letter J. Darken the initial curved line at the bottom to create the lower half of the head and cheek. Darken the short lines under the head for the neck. Under the neck, draw a small square-like shape for the collar on the dress. On the left side, draw an angled line to create the shoulder section of the dress. Draw an angled line on the right side too. Now draw a series of short curved lines along the edges of the shapes for the frill on the dress. Each of these curved lines should be similar to the letter U. Use the angled line on the left as a guide to draw the arm. Darken the guideline for the outer edge of the arm. To the right, draw another angled line for the inner edge of the arm. Use the circle at the bottom as a guide to draw the hand. Darken the right side and lower edge of the circle. Inside the shape, draw a couple of short curved lines for the fingers. At the top, draw a couple of shorter lines to emphasize the curled fingers. On the left side, draw a slightly longer line for the thumb. On the left side of the head, draw a long vertical line for the back portion of the hair. Curve the top part of this line along the edge of the initial circle. Don't draw this line longer than the bottom edge of the head. Now draw a series of curved horizontal lines at the bottom for the tips of the hair. The left side of the hair should end on the top part of the arm. Draw a couple more curved lines on the right side for the rest of the hair. There should be fewer curved lines on the right side because the head is slightly turned. Use the rectangle in the middle as a guide to draw the rest of the dress. Simply darken the outer edges of the guide to create the shape of the dress. Don't overlap the hand as you draw the bottom section of the dress. At the top, draw a couple of short curved lines for the chest. Now draw a series of short curved lines along the bottom edge for the frill on the dress. The curved lines in the middle should be vertical, while the lines on the sides should be more horizontal. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shapes right. Use the line on the bottom left as a guide to draw the first leg. Draw the shape of the leg around the guideline. Draw the lines at the top close to the guide so that the top part of the leg is skinny. At the bottom, draw the lines farther away from the guide so that the lower half of the leg is wide. Use the oval on the bottom as a guide to draw the foot. Lightly sketch 3 small circles across the oval for the top part of the shoe. When you get these shapes right, darken the lines. Draw a curved horizontal line near the bottom for the lower edge of the foot. Darken the bottom edge of the oval for the bottom part of the shoe. On the left side, draw a couple of short curved lines for the toes. Now use the line on the right as a guide to draw the other leg the same way. Draw the shape of the leg around the guideline. Make the top part of the shape thin and then gradually make it wider at the bottom. Lightly sketch a couple of circles across the oval for the top part of the shoe. Now darken the bottom edge of the oval. Inside the shape, near the bottom, draw a curved horizontal line for the bottom edge of the foot. Now darken the small circles at the top. Make the circle in the middle smaller to create a shape that's similar to a bow. On the right side, draw 2 short curved lines for the toes. Draw a long vertical line along the right edge of the body for the other arm. Below the right side of the dress, draw a short curved line for the hand. Add a few more short curved lines on the sides of the leg for the visible portion of the fingers. Now go over the final lines with a pen, a marker, or any other type of permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video won't be too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Color the lenses on the sunglasses black, but don't overlap the highlights in the middle. Use black for the mouth too, and red for the tongue and the earring. Color the hair yellow and the skin peach. Use blue-green for the dress and the shoes. And that's it for Leni. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit EasyDrawingTutorials.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. Also subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.